For game number 2 between SK Telecom and Najin. EasyHoon in the mid lane. Now, he's only lost one game so far this season. That was a defeat versus Samsung early on in the summer. But
where he got fizzed.
That's right. But he hasn't played against a ton of tough opponents. EasyHoon, obviously a great mid laner, though. So we'll see what he can do. As Annie is our first ban.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Take away the Annie. You know that Najin will pick it first round of the draft on red side. They have a pattern of doing that recently. Kalista will be the follow-up ban from Najin. Now, where do you go here if you are SKT? Are we going to see as many jungler bans? Watch was the MVP of the game, even though they forced him onto the Lee Sin, and that is actually going to be banned.
When's the last time you saw a Lee Sin target ban against Watch?
It's been a while. It's been quite some time since I've seen any Lee Sin target bans, but yes, against Watch in particular.
I was going to say years, maybe.
But Lee Sin has been on the up and up in this scene in the last week. Ever since 5.14 dropped, we've seen a lot more Lee Sin.
Elise banned, Rek'Sai banned, so we are going deep for the jungle picks again. So will it be a first pick Gragas, do you think?
Or Evelyn, I would say that is likely.
That's true.
Now, is Najin going to let the Rise through? Okay, that's going to be the big question. Najin loves to ban the Rise. SK Telecom, they've had some wins on mid lane Rise. Let's see where they go with this.
Now, Bengi did do very well in the early stages of the game on that Evelyn. They're going to ban the Janna.
I wonder why. So it will be Azir first picked here.
Yeah.
With both Gragas and Evelyn up. Now the Rise, will that be coming through from Marin? Lucian may be a priority alongside the Gragas in this game.
I'd say the Lucian is definitely a priority for OQ right now, and he will get it along with the Gragas for Watch.
So funny how fast Lucian has risen in priority here in Korea.
Yeah,
we saw so much of it last week. And it was really OQ that started this. He now has above 70% win rate on Lucian this season. So
maybe the Vayne for Bang, but
I would assume the Vayne is going to come through.
That is expected.
Yeah, that is what they play when they play with EasyHoon. EasyHoon gets one of his best champions and something that can peel for Vayne.
That's the plan behind the Janna ban as well, too, I suppose, is to take away some of that peel. Will we see Goong go Assassin this time?
I would love to see his Ahri again. Remember that historically he's always been a big Ahri player, but we just haven't seen it recently. Faker playing Ahri, Mickey playing Ahri this season. And Goong may try to do that, but he'll just go for the Victor instead. And we are going to see the Lucian Kennen lane again from Najin, unless that is flexed into top lane, but with Najin, you have to assume that Pure is going to be playing that just as a backup pick when he doesn't get the Annie. Why not get that big, hard CC engage potential from your support?
I would imagine that's what we're going to see, and really waiting. Oh, are we actually going to see the Zed from Goong? That would be so awesome.
I love Goong Zed.
He is one of the best Zed players we've seen, and there it is, Zed locked in for Goong up against that Azir from EasyHoon.
Ooh, very exciting to see this pick.
No kidding. Wow.
That's now with the change to the knockup on Azir's E, he has one less tool to deal with a Zed all-in, which is an interesting change because he can't sort of CC Zed during the death mark without his ultimate.
So what do you want to see against this Zed from SK Telecom? You know, the Alistar from Wolf would make a lot of sense. What are we going to see in the jungle, though? It'd be funny to see an Udyr that would just walk up and stun the Zed when he tried to get in. I can see that.
Well, Evelyn's already there, so they're not going to have that flexibility, unfortunately. They are going to take Rumble, which is another champion. They like to run Rumble Vayne for some more damage when they play EasyHoon.
Yeah, Alistar as well, too. So if Wolf just sits on EasyHoon, he can punt Zed out. He can knock him up when he comes in.
He can't be targeted by Deathmark because he will just use his ult. So there are a lot of advantages here. He can also break the Kennen stun, which is going to be very important. So Goong, we'll have to see how well he does against the Azir with this Zed. It's always been one of his staple champions, but we just don't see it from him very often. We have seen it from him this season.
And what is that top pick going to be for Najin here? Maokai is available, and I don't think that'd be too bad. Hold some people down, allow Kennen to get in there.
Oh,
Riven.
yeah,
oh,
do it.
Wow.
Do it, Duke. Yes.
All right. It's about as bloodthirsty as it gets right here, guys.
Well, this is going to be a really snowbally game. Either Najin is going to crush these lanes and smash SKT into the ground, or they're going to lose lane and have no way to defend against SK Telecom in team fights. Because I will tell you, this Najin composition with a deficit will just sputter in team fights. They are so squishy. Oh my.
Well,
it's a good 1-3-1. To be fair, it is a good 1-3-1 composition. You have disengaged with the Kennen and the Gragas for the Lucian in the mid lane. And if you can split push with both Zed and Riven, it's going to get crazy. But man, Thornmail counters this comp like nobody's business. If they can, SK Telecom can get armor onto people, but they don't even have a good person to get Thornmail. Maybe ultra late game Evelyn. She can still get the Randuin's Omen and have a big effect. But Marin on that Rumble, not the ideal pick, and we've seen the Riven picks into the Rumble in the top lane.
Well, one thing's for sure, this game is not going to be boring.
No, it will not. It's going to be really snowbally one way or the other.
I like it. SKT versus Najin Empire, and Najin, if they can 2-0, will put themselves in position to maybe move up in the rankings. Let's see if they can do it, guys. It's time to get in the game. And welcome once again to Summoner's Rift. SK Telecom versus Najin Empire. SK Telecom. SK Telecom with technically nothing to play for here, aside from pride, and Najin once more, if they can win, if they can beat SKT, and then CJ loses to Samsung, Najin can move up to third place. They can lock that in today.
Well,
but that's a big ask for Samsung.
It is a big ask, but Goong's back on Zed, and he, in his career, is 11-6 for a nearly 65% win rate on this champion. So it's long been one of his best, and we think of him as an extremely skilled assassin player. Of course, the Zed, Ahri, and LeBlanc.
Well, no doubt that Najin is certainly doing their part to position themselves as well as they can at the end of this season, but you can also bet that if Najin wins against SKT, CJ is going to be playing their brains out to avoid losing to Samsung, because they do not want to have to play an extra best of 5 to try to get to the finals.
Well, yeah, that is going to be very interesting, especially if, if they lose, they're going to be in a really horrible situation. That is for sure.
I don't think they will, especially now that if Najin wins, they'll have so much more to play for. But you got to wonder about it from SKT's standpoint, too. I mean, CJ, Najin, both of these teams would be a bit of a challenge in the finals, but CJ perhaps a bit more of a threat.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see if Bengi can do work in the early game, because if he can somehow avoid this really messy situation, and they're just going to give Duke the Gromp right away. If he can avoid Goong and Duke going off here, then they could probably transition into a strong game, because there's no doubt that SK Telecom has a much, much stronger team fight.
Yeah, wow, Pure taking a lot of damage early on. OQ comes down for a bit of poke on to Bang. There's a nice pulverize, actually. Exhaust used. Bang is going all in. They want to fight fire with fire here, as Pure takes a lot of damage as well, too. Both, wow, 2 summoners used on the SKT side. I think they wanted a bit more than that. That
was really aggressive. Well, they're going to try and hit level 2 first, and then they can threaten a headbutt pulve all in from Wolf. Remember that as soon as they get level 2, actually, what did Wolf start? He started pulve. They were, okay, that's why Najin was confused. They expected him to start heal.
Yeah.
And so now that he is level 2, they can go for headbutt pulve, or a flash pulve headbutt. So this is actually turning this lane around quite a bit. That was actually a really smart trade by SK Telecom.
Summoners worked out. Now they've got a lot of position in this lane. And look at this. OQ held to just 3 CS so far. Farming under turret now.
This has been a really interesting trade, but I think that was really in the advantage of SKT. And they caught Najin off guard, not expecting that aggression early.
It's not often when you see summoners used like that where the advantage actually ends up paying off.
Yeah, I like it, though. I think in this particular circumstance, it's really messing up Najin. As you can see that, OQ.
Play onto EZU in the mid lane, and EZU no chance of getting out of that one. First blood going to Watch. Wow, he was not prepared at all for Watch to come in.
Yep, and should have been 3.5 minute gank. Double buff straight into gank. Very easy play to be ready for. EZHoon has the exhaust in this game, but not too useful on that gank. And Watch, to talk about Watch, we don't really think about Watch as a mechanical player, but remember about halfway into this season, the Gragas bans came in thick for Najin because that was kind of the only champion that Watch was showing up on, but he really does have good Gragas mechanics, and we saw that just a very well-played flash E-gank there.
Yeah. Oh, Goong.
He's not going to die.
He's got his flash. Taking a lot of damage, though.
Gets out of that one. Yeah, gets out of that one pretty easily. Always had that flash and knew that his shadow was coming off cooldown. No way for EZHoon to flash forward to respond and try and get that kill. So nice patient play, just pushing him out of lane. He's not going to care that much. Yeah. Probably was going to go back and recall anyway. It's a good thing that he didn't get that first blood gold. That could have caused even more problems for EZHoon, who is going into build triage mode with double Doran's rings.
Yeah, you got to do something. Pure poking so well with this Kennen right now. Yeah, Wolf does have the sustain, obviously, with the heal, but Pure has shown that he can do some serious work on this champion.
Well, this is going to be a very difficult lane, obviously. I mean, Kennen Lucian is quite challenging for any lane to deal with, and you're putting a Vayne lane in there. Certainly Vayne Alistar is one of the stronger Vayne lanes because you have kill pressure, because you can set up a Pulverize into a Condemn relatively easily, and you have sustain, but not that great for trading, obviously, and when you have infinite shurikens, that does become problematic.
Oh, Bengi finds Watch here. Vice versa, a little bit of damage in there with the hate spikes, but no dive opportunities. Now Bang's still slightly ahead of CS on OQ, and you go back to that early trade where the heal and the exhaust were used by SKT, and we're seeing just how much OQ and Pure came back, and so that shows us how important that trade was. Well, condemning against the wall for Pure, taking some damage, but there's a Pulverize. Oh, he misses Pulverize, I think.
Yep, missed the combo.
Oops.
So Ignite will be used by Pure, and they chase him off. Still favorable, though, for SKT. And those early summoners, they got a CS lead out of it. The exhaust is back up. The heal will be back up soon. So I think that's just a big net win for SK Telecom.
Well, we can see that they needed it. With how fast OQ and Pure are coming back in this lane, imagine if they would be doing this without it being set back so far. So
their turret would be getting hammered right now.
Yeah.
It's really a bad situation.
So they needed that just to stay even, basically, with this lane.
Yeah, I like it, though. It's creative.
Yep, and those summoners are coming up right now, so did what it should do.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Duke not doing so hot on this Riven. We don't really think of Duke as a Riven player. We didn't really discuss that. Duke has not played Riven this season. And he is getting bullied out here.
Bengi coming in behind OQ here. They don't spot him yet. He's in the brush. They're going to try to make a plan to Pure, I think. Both flashes are up. Watch coming down as well, too. Think of coming from behind. This could get messy. Bengi starting the recall. Oh, boy. Here we go. OQ checks the brush. Taking a lot of damage here. Can they finish him off? Not quite. Gragas not coming in, though. Condemn against wall for Pure. They popped that summoner heal to keep him alive, though.
Yeah, didn't have to use Flash there, but I think Pure panicked a little bit. The summoner heal should have been enough to get him out, but they couldn't turn it around, and now Bang coming back. Here's Watch, just preventing any kind of diving onto the turret and going to help out with the CS.
Whoa, meanwhile, Duke just gets 1v1 by Marin, who dies for the turret. Oh, it was so close. It was so close.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your first solo kill in lane, Duke, with Riven. You got many on other champions.
Yeah, that was a bit awkward from Marin.
A little bit.
Maybe thought that he could get out of there with a flash, but the way the turret timing went down, even if he had flash, the turret shot would have followed him.
It was just kind of cooperation between top laners. It's like, all right, we could just sit here fighting each other for endless amounts of time, but you need gold, I need gold. I kill you under turret, I let your turret kill me. We both go home happy, you know? We both get to buy things.
Everybody wins. It's just a fast way to recall, really.
Exactly, yeah. It's just taking the death taxi, really. Yeah. Quick trip back to base.
Death cab for Dookie.
That's not quite the implication I think that you were looking for there. It's, nice try, though. Well, makes you wonder what Marn might be able to do to Duke when he's not under his turret.
Well, they have items now, so
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. Hex Drinker will be helpful for any all-ins that Duke tries to go for. But SK Telecom, they've had really strong vision control over this top side. They've basically been repeatedly creating rings of wards around Duke in the tri-brush and even in the brush by the Krugs. So there haven't really been options for Watch to come up and gank without being seen. And that's very important because Marn wants to play this lane pushed up.
You know, and I go back to the last Riven game we saw in Champions, the one where Someday got the pentakill, and he didn't have the strongest early game ever. I mean, he was down in kills a little bit here and there. It was a little bit of a slow start, but there was that one team fight where he got a few kills, and then the next team fight he got a pentakill, and then there's just no stopping this Riven. So you're still kind of walking on a razor's edge, even if you do go sort of even with the Riven early on.
Yeah. Yeah, you are, and as long as Marn can continue to shove the wave into the turret, Duke has to fight through these large minion waves in order to trade. Marn wants to kill the pink ward. They've waited a long time for this. Now, can they do something about it?
Marn knows something's up, though. His spider sense is tingling right now, man. He's like, I sense danger, I think. Do I sense danger?
Oh,
yeah,
flash.
I sense danger. Flashes. Okay, he got out. Just in case.
Oh, they tried to make a play right there. Marn ready. Oh, Watch spent so much time waiting in the Baron pit to make that play. And he chose to flash over because he wanted to, I don't know, I think you E flash R. Ooh,
whoa,
nice job
nice
from
flash
Wolf.
from OQ too. Get out of that.
But I think in that scenario, Doa, I think it's better to E flash ult because it just is faster once he can actually see you.
Yeah, that's true. And you're going to have that body slam cooldown back. There we go.
Here we
There's the
go.
ultimate. Slows comes down. Duke in a lot of trouble. There's a nice knock-up as well from Riven and Marin. Are they going to finish him off? There's a shield. Watch coming in. And a kill for Duke. And
Watch
a turret claims another victim. Oh, it doesn't. I really thought Marin was going to be able to grab another one there.
Wow, so barely escaping with his life on the return gank. Duke putting out enough damage.
A Dragon for SKT out of that. So they respond well after seeing Watch up in the top lane. Duke low health, but he's going to push that wave into turret for going back and buying. Can't believe Watch didn't die to the turret there.
Yeah, really surprising.
Pink ward taken out by SKT. And Marin back to lane a little bit earlier, and he will be able to maintain a slight CS lead here. EasyHoon, meanwhile, has been relatively left alone, more or less, after that early gank in the mid lane. Been able to more or less keep up on CS from Goon.
I don't know why Goon has two Vamp Scepters.
Uh-oh.
What is he doing with the second one?
Double Vamp Scepters, man.
He's vamping out of control. Oops.
Oh, Yato. He's like, it's going to die anyway. Who cares? Yeah. Wah, wah. I hate it when you discover a ward with the Raptor buff right as it's about to die. You're like, oh, great. That was a really efficient use of that.
Then you have to use your lens afterwards.
Yeah,
Feels terrible.
It does.
All right, well, Watch is back for Pinked It anyway, even though it was about to die.
Well, EasyHoon should know this up. Goon going in. That's a lot of damage. EasyHoon's
death
like,
mark.
all right.
No death mark yet.
Yeah, well, Watch. Just a little bit, I don't know. Do you think that was late on the draw there? Bengi was coming in, I guess. But.
Well, they knew that there wasn't going to be a flank coming from the top side of the river. Well, Watch is going to get seen by a ward here.
I mean, EasyHoon still has both of his summoners as well, too, so might have been able to get out anyway, I suppose.
Some nice warding. They're going to see Watch's entire journey through the river and the jungle.
A magical journey it is. Well, I guess not. That's not the right term for it now.
An obvious journey.
Yeah. Very apparent journey.
All right, well, Najin has a lead, but it's not significant. They didn't get the first dragon, which is something that they probably should have gotten based on the strength of their skirmish from their composition. They should have been able to make a pick and then, or have a successful gank and then go for the dragon. So SK Telecom still doing fine here. And with that stronger team fight, there has to be some sort of advantage that's taken. EasyHoon, in fact, has gotten more turret damage down. That's quite significant. And now Watch
is deep behind enemy lines. Oh, Goon death mark onto Marin to try to get away. He flashes, he goes back to his Living Shadow, takes some damage. Explosive cast comes in, Duke with another kill. Nice play by Watch there. to lock up Bengi to give Riven another kill here.
Really good teleport from Duke.
Yeah.
They locked that up instantly, and they baited them back in just long enough. Now Google will just go over the wall. Don't worry about it.
I was worried for a second, but now I'm not. Thank you.
Here we go. Great response from SKT. They moved their duo lane into the mid, and now they have to deal with an Azir with almost no wave clear unless they want to all in with the ultimate from Pure.
So close. Slicing Maelstrom comes in. Pure tries to make a play here. Easyun's really low. He needs to be careful.
Yeah,
and OQ may show him why soon. Oh boy, well Bang is there too. Watch taking some decent damage. OQ coming in, trying to find an angle onto Easyhoon. He can still burst him down very easily.
Wow, so they didn't quite get the turret.
Yeah.
Marin back up in the top side, trying to 1v1 do.
He probably could have?
No equalizer.
Okay. I mean,
there's Hexdrinker's shield too, so there is a lot to get through.
All right, well, Duke loves turret hits.
So, saves the mid lane turret, but for how long? Nice response from SKT. Just go ahead, push up the mid lane, see what you can do there, and if you can use that Azir advantage and try and push home the chip damage edge that you already had on those towers. So this is going to lock up Goong pretty convincingly. He really hasn't been able to get much work done on the mid in response. The Nashor's Tooth now done too, just a very nice item to have against the Zed for constant harassment. And Zed finally has some armor penetration in the form of that Brutalizer.
Will certainly help a little bit. Zed doesn't want to be the one with the assists. He wants to be the one with the kills. No such luck for Goong yet. Oh, OQ getting low.
Yeah, OQ
Gotta
got
be careful.
Hit by the blade active down in the bottom side.
Yep.
All right, so attempted a blue buff here.
Bengi ready to just smite that one away, but Duke is right there. He's going to need to be careful. Smite and then pop the W. Oh, doesn't get it. Watch back over the wall.
Yep. Watch has the smite himself, so he will grab that one. 2 blues on the side for Najin as Goong has his own. Important takeaway because Easyhoon would like to just spam spells to kill this mid lane turret if he is able.
Oh, Bang and Wolf getting some really nice damage done to this bottom tier 1 turret. No turrets taken yet in this game at all, actually, surprisingly enough.
Some fights, but mostly those skirmishes.
Yep. Oh, here we go. Explosive cast. Flash from Marin will prevent it from knocking him into the danger zone. No pun intended. Emperor's Divide used on the Goong. Comes back in. There's the exhaust. He's even taking less damage. The Death Mark not able to quite finish him off. It's a nice attempt from Goong, though.
Indeed. Well, Easyhoon has been, of course, the victim in this game in that Zed Azir matchup, and then also just the constant ganking pressure. But
Bengi uses the ult. They just want to keep the pressure off that turret, but here comes the teleport from Marin as well, canceled. As he stays up in the top lane, it looks like. They just want to keep that tier 1 and mid safe as much as they can. Whoa, Bengi needs to be careful here.
Watch doing a pretty significant amount of damage. Definitely not
is.
trivial. Maybe
Whoa!
Duke.
Speaking of damage, Bengi flashes out of the way of the body slam, and Watch has to flash over the wall in response. Here comes Easyhoon. Not able to chase him for the kill, though. Kind of overshadowed by the fact that Duke got a solo kill in lane up and top. Meanwhile, some more action at the bottom. That turret getting very low as well.
Yeah, they're going to. Bang and Wolf really want to play aggressively right now. They know where everyone is on the map. Now the turret goes down in favor of SKT.
Yeah, that's first turret of the game taken. Duke may be able to get top lane pretty soon here.
Yeah, he has the damage to really deal some pretty nice turret hits. And let's take a look at what happened right there. So, up pretty standard all in. Marin overheats at an unfortunate time. Oh, he doesn't actually overheat. Doesn't have any cooldowns available to use, and Duke just clean combo.
It's okay. Overheating is a problem when you have the icy grip of death to cool you down. Second dragon for SKT. So at least they get that. And they're still a little bit behind, but they're ahead in turrets, ahead in dragons. But the snowball has begun. Death Mark in onto Bengi here, doing a lot of damage. There's the exhaust. It's not going to save Bengi. He's going to get taken out. Watch coming in. Can't quite get there to make a play on the Wolf. Chases him away with a barrel. If it were me, I would just turn and pick it up and then put it in my fridge. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd be like, thanks, Gragas.
I wouldn't refrigerate the red wine that he has in his barrel.
Well, you want it chilled maybe sometimes.
No.
I don't know. Oh, all right, you don't like chilled wine. Well,
I don't like chilled red wine.
Oh, okay.
We know it's purple when it comes out, so not white wine.
Oh, okay.
Probably shouldn't be chilling that. Now,
probably
the
true.
biker Grog is with the keg. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Gragas Esquire with the champagne, definitely.
I'd
chill
put that in a bathtub full of ice in a heartbeat. Party. Mid lane turret taken out, so Najin does even that up as well. Yeah. You'd think they'd have like a frat guy Gragas skin too. You know, if you've got a Broloff.
Well, they sort of have that soccer hooligan Gragas.
Oh yeah, that's true, I guess, but it doesn't speak to me as someone who doesn't watch or enjoy soccer.
That's true.
Final outer turret taken by SKT. And Najin looking to equalize with the one in bottom lane. Should be able to, should be able to do it.
Duke is becoming a big problem.
Yes, he is.
So what are they going to do about Duke and Goong? Each team has gotten kind of what they want to get here, which presents a very interesting situation. SK Telecom is able to snowball off the dragon now. They have that stronger team fight, which will be helpful in securing future dragons. But Duke and Goong are fed, and that means that Najin's split push will be quite potent. And what is the answer to that? Because Marin, though he has the Zhonya's Hourglass, will just be waited out here by Duke, and he will melt.
Oh, can they catch Goong? There's a chilling smite. They slow him down. A lot of damage from Izzyun coming in. They're going to get him after the death mark goes in. Slicing Maelstrom used to catch some of the SK members. Duke is here. Emperor's Divide pushes him away, though. Bengi low. They managed to get the pick on the Goong, but they lost Bang in all of that as well, too. These matches have not been good for Bang's stellar KDA, have they?
They have not been good for Bang's KDA. Nothing really for either team to take off of that. Duke simply returns to the top lane to continue his split pushing waves. Blade of the Ruin King now done finally for Goong. He'll be, and there comes one of the patented OQ Cullings onto Izzyun, but Izzyun will pop out of that one pretty easily. And this fight, again, it looks like Goong's getting caught out here. They have so many people, but Goong manages to pull him a death mark at the last second. Bang gets stunned by the cannon. And look at Duke's flash right there, just right on top of Bang. Great use of his summoner spell to continue the CC.
Bang could have really avoided that. He literally just walked right on top of the slicing Maelstrom there. And if he hadn't, probably could have tumbled away from Duke.
It's really hard for him to deal damage, though, while the Slicing Maelstrom is down, because Vane's range is so short.
You'd think you'd want to do damage when the Slicing Maelstrom is down.
Oh, I mean, down on the ground, zapping lightning everywhere.
Right, I see.
Yes, you are correct. Witted is being used. Let me amend my statement, as it was unclear.
We need a proper definition for down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always a problem. Down, up. Who knows what these things mean anymore?
I don't know. Down, under. We don't have Papa Smithy here to help us understand that one, though. Oh, well.
All right, well, Bang in the split push situation. He has a blade. I don't think he can duel, though. Maybe he can against Zed. The Riven is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, nobody's dueling against the Riven at this point.
So, 1-for-1 trade. Najin has a nice lead. It's still going to be tough for them. They need to break this up into skirmishes, but Gragas is really the perfect champion for this composition, as is Kennen. Because even if Kennen doesn't hit the Slicing Maelstrom, as long as he splits up people for Duke and Goong to 1v1, he's done his job. The stun is kind of icing on the cake when you just want to disrupt and create skirmishes. And Lucian, no slouch in that skirmishing either. Single target damage with his passive can get quite high.
Yeah.
So interesting team comp from Najin, very execution heavy. And when it comes to the late game team fighting, it is going to be about whether Pure and Watch can split up the members of SKT. Because if SKT stays together as a unit, it's going to be really hard to take them out.
Yeah, that's really going to be the key going forward, is SKT is going to need to have some very, very tight late game team fighting.
And guess who doesn't usually have very tight late game team fighting?
SKT, really.
Yeah. It's a big test for them, I think.
Yep. Definitely is. And the thing is, we're not used to Najin being so tight themselves in the late game as well, too. This is kind of a new thing for them.
Yeah, this is certainly interesting
new
ground.
Goong. Goong gets caught completely. Can he escape? Flashes. Gets over the wall.
Yeah, couldn't quite get the shadow over the wall, so had to use his flash in addition to that ability. So, you know, SKT gets something out of that. It's definitely a bonus right as this dragon comes up.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're going to get a good position over the dragon right now, which is pretty crucial since they'd be up 3-0 if they can get it.
Yeah, huge for them. This dragon. The dragon that they couldn't secure in the last game, and they're going to set up a pick.
They're going to try anyway.
Easy Hoon just pushing forward, waiting for this dragon to spawn, seeing if anybody will face check a brush because the Evelyn and Alistair will be able to lock it down. No vision, just a brush check right there. They are going to not see Eve. They will see everybody else. Pink board goes in.
Yep.
SK Telecom, start immediately.
Yeah, why not start that dragon? We'll see if Duke is able to get backlines. Man, that dragon is dying fast. That's an easy third dragon for SKT.
Now, they were in this position last game, and it was looking good. How does Najin come in and fight these objectives? It is challenging. They're not split pushing right now.
Did that seem a bit preemptive to you? To use that explosive cast right there just to push Marn away?
Yeah, that was...
Especially when Baron is a bit of a threat as well, too, or at least the bait of Baron.
Yeah, that's... We'll see. I mean, it's a short cooldown ability, so it's definitely not the worst thing in the world, but probably a little bit too aggressive with that ability, popping it out too quickly. Well, Duke is absolutely huge right now. Even has the distortion boots because he's going to need those to get into the back line with the flash.
Right.
Not going for any kind of home guard engage. Interesting. I think I like that better, actually.
The home guard?
No, the distortion.
Well, I mean, you need that flash up to get onto Easy and to get onto Bang. It makes sense. Yeah.
I think it actually is slightly more important to have that. You have enough dashes anyway, and it's not about speed getting into the back line on Riven.
Now, the tricky part is that there's not a lot of wards, really, for Najin where he can come in from behind. Culling Use doesn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, Ukyu doesn't have the most damage yet, not like last game where he was just going off in the late game. And interestingly, SKT is actually getting a split push advantage here. This probably should not be happening. No one's going to answer Marin in the top lane. Duke all the way in bottom.
So, yeah.
Somebody has to go back and deal with that. It will be Zed. And this should be the setup for Najin, the 1-3-1. No dragon, so that means Goong should be in the top side because he can get to Baron faster and use your teleport in the bottom lane. This is the proper setup for this point in time under these circumstances.
Thought they maybe had an opportunity on to watch, but couldn't quite connect with anything. Easyun trying to steal Raptors. You know, birds are like that. Yep.
Birds killing birds.
Yep.
Okay. Now Najin going to move into the river. We'll see a slow push develop in the top lane for Najin, but kind of strange that they don't want to actually go for that 3-lane pressure yet. Instead, Duke's going to return to mid, stand on a ward, and start recalling. I don't know what Najin's doing right now. They need to really commit to this. There's no reason why we can't have the Riven in the bottom. I think Duke absolutely should upgrade his Trinket Ward to an upgraded Ward Totem and start providing vision for himself so he's not so scared to be in the bottom lane.
And Najin suddenly is looking a little bit indecisive about what they think they need to get done right now.
They have to commit to this. They can't just keep stalling this game out because that actually really does play into SK Telecom's hands as long as Najin doesn't get a big pick. Obviously, at any point in this game, it could turn around by Najin getting a pick, using the crowd control from Kennen to eliminate one member of SKT and then taking a Baron. But as long as SKT plays a tight vision game, that shouldn't happen. And
they know where Goong is.
Yeah, I see him with the Wolf Spirit. Najin really falling behind when it comes to warding. Okay. Duke's back up with his team. Really should not be there.
Have they caught Goong here? Goong, there's the Agony's Embrace. Goong in a little bit of trouble. He has no flash right now. And if they get him, this could be a Baron Death Mark used. Not going to make a difference. Bang gets the kill. Najin is right there. Bang very low. Slicing Maelstrom. Oh, Okyu comes in. Can he get Bang with the culling? Oh, he does get him. But the rest of the fight is happening. Now Duke able to take out Bengi. Wolf re-engages. Can Easyun make a play? Emperor's Divide, a lot of damage coming in from Marn as well too. Everyone's so low, but the Riven Shield, not enough. Double kill, triple kill from Easyun. And you're in a lot of trouble as well. The victory flashes as a quadra kill comes in for Easyun, and that will be most likely a Baron for SK Telecom.
Yeah, and that's the difference right there. You have
Yep.
all the AoE from SKT. It's so hard for them to fight that. Going to be a tricky Baron here,
Can
considering
you do
how
the
low
Baron?
everyone is. Yeah, they can do
I
it.
don't know, man.
They can do it. They can tank it with Easy Hoon. It's fine.
All right. You sure?
Yeah, they have
Scrap shield?
They have Scrap Shield.
You sure?
Yep.
You absolutely sure? I don't know. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay, they can. All right. Well, it's okay. The support died. We don't care about that.
Yeah. He'll be back up in 30 seconds. No one really cares. So the start of that fight, catching out Zed, so crucial. And Bang had to go on the run. So let's take a look at this one again. So
Yeah.
Gung is going to die early. And now Najin just has almost no chance of actually winning this fight. Of course, Bang will be chased out by Pure. And Bang is actually going to die to minions here. Watch this. Cannon minion!
Boom. Headshot.
But at this point, you just can't win this 4v4. All the AoE is still there. The Azir and the Rumble are
Dude,
still alive.
that Emperor's
Easy Hoon
Divide.
played that really nicely, just zoned him out when they try and re-engage.
Easy Hoon won that fight.
Yeah.
Unquestionably,
Yep.
Easy Hoon won that fight.
Hold the Emperor's Divide, wait till they try and turn on
Yep.
you, bounce them back, and then crush them.
You know, one thing we actually didn't talk about is the fact that Easy Hoon is in and Faker's not means that someday wins a regular season MVP.
Well,
Faker's got no chance of...
it depends. He
but
could tie him.
it.
in the
Okay,
third
I guess
game.
he could tie it, yeah. But he can't outright win it anymore at this point. And Najin may not be able to... By SKT, Dragon is up. They've got a great position on... And this is 4th Dragon, guys. And we know how fast they can kill it.
And there's nobody there for the insane steal like we saw last time. And Najin, frankly, they just misplayed the split pushing on this. They didn't push the advantage that they had when it came to the 1v1s. They were overly concerned about trying to get vision over Baron when, I mean, Pure could have just stood there and continually put wards into the pit, but they didn't apply pressure with their advantage. They had to use the Zed and the Riven better.
Yeah. It was weird. I mean, they were looking so strong in the early game. This game is almost like a throwback to a Najin from earlier this season where they do get that big advantage in the early game, but then they sort of start to meander around and don't seem to really know what to do with it.
Yeah, they definitely had a difficult time playing this one out. They can still win this game. I mean, don't get me wrong, even though the Baron has been taken by SKT and we see these tier 2s starting to fall, but look at how well SKT is warding now. It's much more difficult for Najin to get the kind of pick that they need to start to turn this game. So as long as SKT continues to control their flanks and make sure they group up as a unit when they rotate, Najin will never have a chance, really.
Well, Marin trying to control the flank right now, chasing Goong away. A little bit of roasted ninjas on the menu for Marin.
Oh,
Dante's good. Whoa,
nice
what
job.
a play! You knocked right into Slicing Maelstrom. There's a kill for Duke already. Watch getting a bit low, but Bang in a bit of trouble. Needs to be careful. Nice equalizer, though. All over Najin. Marin going in, backs off at the last minute. Knew that culling was coming, and it was all a clever ruse to get the turret. Sacrificing the bird for the tier 2.
Yeah, wow.
It was very nearly a dangerous situation for SKT.
It was. I like that Najin tried to make that play. I like that they made the attempt because they saw Goong was zoned out, but some of the AoE was gone and out of that lane from SK Telecom. So you want to take those small skirmishes. They found an opportunity to get Easy Hoon into the tower with his flash down, and they took it.
Yeah.
Another kill for Duke. He is a nightmare.
He is still large, but is he in charge?
He's not in charge.
I don't think so, yeah.
He had the chance to be in charge. He still could be in charge. He
Well,
is 7-2, and he has his TP, but he does not choose to be in charge.
He's trying to be in charge. Looks like
Uh-oh.
the duo wants
Uh-oh.
to take him out. Alistar's got him zoned up. There's the Pulverize, waiting for that headbutt. Duke coming in. There's the exhaust. Duke hopping over to the minion waves. It looks like he'll be able to get away.
Uses broken wings to escape. SK Telecom can't find the pick.
Crushed dreams and broken wings.
That's right. Okay. Oh,
Well,
nice job.
Goong
That was a
destroyed.
beautiful outplay.
Zonia's as OQ comes in. Bengi there as well. There's a double kill for...
Hoon.
Duke comes in, though. Hoon gets the double kill. It's true. Easy Hoon, rather. Not the original Hoon. Wolf in a little bit of trouble here. Duke's still a big threat. Bengi there as well. They're chasing him away because they know Bang is coming. They know Marin is there. Watch gets caught. That's another kill for SKT. Bengi gets that one. Pure and Duke on the run. Scrying Orb will help them find Pure. Duke comes back in. Bengi flashes over the wall to try to escape. Wolf is still there. No mana left, really, though. Duke hopping into the Baron pit. It's Operation Get Duke. He's just going to teleport back to the
Goodbye.
turret up by the inhibitor.
Yeah, Bang tried to get in there. But, man, Easy Hoon outplayed that death mark. So remember that the changes to death mark were 1 second. So he knows he's coming in behind. Look at the timing on that Emperor's Divide. Turns it around his soldiers to his old shadow. What a beautiful Azir play from Easy Hoon. The fact that he gets the double off of this is just icing on the cake. But talk about knowing how to play Azir into Zed.
Seriously. They were ready. And I mean, if you're going to play against Najin, you need to be ready for Goom's Zed. And of course, catching watch at the end there, and then they try to make a plan here. It doesn't work out. And we don't get to see the rest of the replay anyway, so it's okay.
OQ. Recalling in a brush. That's what we get to see instead, though.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping we'd get to see OQ recall in a brush.
All right, well, SK Telecom not letting any of these objectives go like they did in the last game, and it is playing out much more to script for them when it comes to compositional advantages. Najin's going to have to find a pick in the next minute 30, or they're going to have to all in on Dragon number 5, because that, or maybe they can get lucky and try and trade it for a Baron.
We'll see. Baron and Dragon coming up pretty at a pretty similar time here. Now, if you're SK Telecom, I would imagine you prioritize that Dragon. The 5th Dragon stack would be pretty big in the team fights. It helps you take that Baron. Not so much the same the other way around.
Yeah.
Even though the Baron is coming up a little bit earlier.
I think they'll just ward up the Baron, send Vayne over to solo the Dragon at the appropriate time. Usually that's the call you see in this particular situation, but that is a little bit more of a dangerous call because Duke is huge and can easily 1v1 the Vayne.
Yep. SKT. Oh, maybe a flank coming in here from Bengi on the top. He's got the opportunity. Nice equalizer. Goong in a little bit of trouble again. Slicing Maelstrom comes in, push back with that Condemn. Duke on the outside of the fight, already very low as Bang chases him down for the kill. And SKT has got this one. Pure goes down as well, too. And now the grand chase. There goes Watch, a double kill for Bang as they try to go in onto OQ. OQ turns and try to get him with the burst. Can he do it? No! Marin comes in for yet another one. Goong, the slippery ninja that he is able to escape, and SKT decides they don't need the Dragon, they don't need the Baron, they just want that inhibitor.
Yep, going forward for the inhib, and that's what happens in the 5v5. Bang played that fight so well. Instant Condemn, buffered onto the Kennen as he came in, nullified him from that fight, and then he found the...
Well, they're going for it.
Oh, yeah. They
Goong
should
coming in. He gets Bang. I don't know about this. They're going to take out Goong, but...
they still have a 0. They'll get the win.
OQ up in 14. It looks like that will be enough time. Pure is there. Doesn't have his Slicing Maelstrom for any sort of delay. And as the Nexus gets taken out, Watch will make one last effort. Comes in, gets pushed out with the Emperor's Divide, and there goes the Nexus. SKT ties it up.
Easy Hoon played really well that game.
Yes, he did.
After that
Yes, he
early death, he came back and made some absolutely massive plays on this Azir. We know him as one of the best Azir players in the world, and he just showed us why.
Yep, absolutely. Well, that Zed outplay alone, man, you want to talk about the super plays right there. That was, yeah.
That was sick.
Yep. What good is a ninja when you know exactly where he's going to be all the time?
Okay.
That ninja, that was one of the few times where Zed is more obvious than Shen.
And Najin, they showed us something very different. They got a good early game lead, but you just have to commit to the split push there. You cannot fight SK Telecom when they have that kind of team fighting advantage. Just